गवाई सोय कर, दिवस गवायो खाय। हीरा जन्म अमोल था, कौड़ी बदले जाए कबीरा, कौड़ी बदले जाए। रात गवाई सोय कर, दिवस गवायो खाय। हीरा जन्म अमोल था, कौड़ी बदले जाए कबीरा, कौड़ी बदले जाए। So the 34th Doha talks about how frivolous, how purposeless life is today, or even his times. Sleeping, have you spent the night? Mornings, have you spent eating? Treating life like a valueless pebble, a valued gem, you have frittered it away. हीरा जन्म अमोल था, life is so precious and valuable, but you have treated it like a valueless pebble. You have not understood the very, not even the purpose of life, in fact, how you should live life. So perhaps this talks not about the purpose, but the very how you should go about living your life. So sleeping, have you spent the night? Raat gawai soye kar. So what is he talking about here? Raat gawai soye kar, divas gavayo khai. Who can bring out the meaning beyond the obvious? The obvious is as we would read it. Sleeping, have you spent the night? So refers to a life where one lives in the tamasic realm. Tamas is an area, tamas in fact manifests after sundown. Tamas is a guna, tamasic nature, manifests after sundown. So the more you are available to the tamasic time, your tamasic guna is fed and you're active in the tamasic hour. So what is the best way of understanding tamas? See, we have to give it in the context and how I'm using it now. Again, we can expand on that concept. Tamas is to be understood as indulgence, because that element, tamas also can be interpreted as inaction. The second interpretation will give it as inaction. But tamas is an attitude of reckless, a state of indulgence where you become heedless, and that kind of an attitude. So people are indulging, means you are promoting a tamoguna. Morning people have spent eating. Eating here referring to the spirit of acquisition and enjoyment, an acquisition. So that spirit of acquiring, wanting more and more, is attributed to the quality of rajas, where you keep chasing your desires, you keep acquiring and acquiring and acquiring. So majority of the people, he says, are caught up in the cycle of tamas and rajas. And if you have spent your life in the cycle of rajas and tamas, he says your life, you have treated it like a valueless pebble. So Kashish, what makes your life like a valuable gem? What is that gem that is frittered away?
Guruji, I believe probably the capacity to pursue a higher purpose, to like recognize that higher purpose and to pursue it when you can, or as often as you can.
And which guna is it that we are talking about here?
It's sattvic.
The sattva guna. So not being able to allow the sattva to surface is what he's talking about. You're not even giving an opportunity for sattva to manifest. And having mentioned of that, we should talk about the time zones, Now, sattva manifests from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Don't ask me why. Sattva is 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. is rajas. 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. is tamas, with reference to your time zone. Can you say that, Kashish, again, please?
Yes. Sattva is 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Rajas is 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And tamas is 6 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Perfect.
Relative to all time zones.
Thanks for qualifying that as well. Yes. So if one is spending the time, as it says, you are available during the tamasic hour and the rajasic hour. So what's happening? You're only feeding your tamas and rajoguna, and the sattva guna, which is the precious time, it brings the best out of you. And if at that hour, if you're not available, what happens to your sattva?
It gets frittered away.
It gets frittered away. You've lost a valuable gem. A gem of a time in your life is that early hour. And to get up, not to get up is I would say, cardinal sin. But that's what Kabirji is saying. So not many people lead this life of trying to promote their sattva in them. So everybody is caught up in the vicious cycle of rajas and tamas. It's a vicious cycle. We bring this element in the corporate workshop, but the element of how rajas and tamas people are caught up in, Maybe I'll come back next week and explain the how the concept of people are caught up in the vicious cycle of rajas and tamas and they don't get a chance to get to sattva. So how that fits in here, you know. But we'll conclude the session today by listening to Ashama. Haji.
Guruji, when we used to be absent-minded in class, Rajput sir used to recite this. Jo sovat hai, so khovat hai. If you're sleeping, you're losing. Jo jagat hai, so pavat hai. If you're awake, you gain. So that is, I just recalled that. Jo sovat hai, so khovat hai. खो देते हो आप, जो जागत है सो पावत है, आप पा लेते हो. So I think that is what this Kabir Doha is.
Absolutely. We need to wake up to the wisdom.
That's true.
We need to wake up at the hour to imbibe wisdom. So
And to be aware all the time, and to be aware of. And to be aware.
Yeah. Now, the wisdom is nothing but awareness. Once you have the awareness, then life sorts out. It's like while you're driving, you're alert. You are not alert while driving, you pay the price.
Yes.
So the wisdom is awareness.
It takes a split second. Yeah.
It's just a split second. One wrong choice, one puff of emotion, one impulsive act, you pay the price. Well said. Thank you. So we will come back to this element of the vicious cycle of rajas and tamas next week. Okay. Thank you. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.